Guys, welcome back after that short advert break. Let us now look at another question. So here at question number 3, we are saying soccer is a highly rated and very popular sport in schools. Refer to the diagram of the soccer field and answer the questions that follow. Now here we have the diagram of a soccer field, and then quickly let's see what is happening here. Here we have our width, and we have a maximum width as well as a minimum width given. Then we have our length, right? We also have a maximum length as well as a minimum length. Then we have the radius there of the center circle, and then we have our goal post, as we can see, as well as our corner flags here as well, right? All the dimensions are given on our diagram. Let's look at our first question. So number 3A says, name 2 reasons why it is important for children to participate in sports. Guys, level 4 question, we would like to know your opinion, how you reason and reflect about what question is posed, right? So remember, when kids do sport, what is important, right? They build friendships, right? So I'll indicate that is the first one, to build meaningful friendships. Let me just write that proper. That's the first one I'll list. What else? Remember, when they do a team sport, they learn to be disciplined, right? They learn some discipline, right? What else? They will learn how to communicate properly. Not that they are not knowing how to do it, but they work on communication skills, right? I listed 3. Please note, here we want your input, how you think about the question that's posed to you. So, name 2 reasons why it's important for children to participate in sports. I would say to build friendships, and also I think together with this, they build confidence if it's done correctly, right? Then they will learn how to apply discipline, good discipline, as well as how to communicate effectively, right? Let's look at our next question. Question number B says, a soccer player claimed that the area of the center circle is 263,056,095 square meters. Now, it says further on, verify, showing all calculations, whether his claim is correct or not. Now, let's look at the formula. It says you may use the formula, area of a circle is pi times radius squared. Now, let's see if this claim is correct or not. So, looking at the formula, we are saying we need pi. I'm going to use the approximate value of 3,142, multiply by the radius. Looking at the diagram, we can see the radius is already given, right, as 9,15 meters. So I'll substitute that, and I say it's 9,15 meters, and I square that value. Now let's simplify. 3.142 multiplied by 9.15 squared equals. So that will give us an answer of 263,056,095 square meters, right? So therefore, we can say then, this claim is indeed correct. Okay, based on our calculations, we could see that when we substituted the radius and the pi, we came to the same answer of 263,056,095 square meters, making the claim by the soccer player to be correct. Guys, are we clear on that? All right, let's now look at question number C. Question number C is saying, calculate the area of the soccer field that has to be covered with grass using the maximum length and maximum width. Again, you may use the formula, length multiplied by width. Now again, looking at what is presented here, the diagram, it says the maximum length is 120 meters. The maximum width, as indicated here, is 90 meters, and that is what we should use, right? So let's start by substituting. Already my formula is there. So the length, the maximum length is 120 meters, right? Multiplied by the maximum width of 90 meters. Now let's see what that will give us. 120 multiplied by 90 equals. So this will give us a maximum, basically, area. The area that needs to be covered by grass of 10,800. And remember, this is square meters. Guys, are we clear on that? We very specific here. It needs to be the maximum length as well as the maximum width. All right, so that gave us an answer of 10,800 square meters that needs to be covered with grass. I'm now moving on to question number 3D. So it says here, sods of grass are used to cover the soccer field. Okay, calculate the area of one sod of grass in square meters if the dimension of one sod of grass are 500 meters by millimeters by 700 millimeters. Now again, please note, we are saying here the answer should be, right, in square meters. The dimension of the sod of grass is 500 millimeters by 700 millimeters. So again, my suggestion, let's convert from the start, right, from millimeters in this case to meters. Okay, so again, looking at this, we are saying then, we can use, remember this is, if I look at the dimension, it's a rectangle, right? So, looking at the width, right, that will give us 500 millimeters, so 500, and I'll divide that by 1,000, right? Because 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. So that will give us, this will be equals to half a meter. We agree, right? Then 700 divided by 1,000 as well. That will give us 0,7. So this is then 0,7 meters. All right. So I'm going to read the question again. Calculate what? The area, right? So I'll say area of a rectangle is length times breadth or width. Right. So in this case, I'll say 0,7 meters multiply by 0,5 meters. So let's type that in, 0,7 times 0.5. So that will give us an answer of 0,35 square meters. Guys, are we clear? So 0,35. So that is basically the area of one sod of grass. All right, I'm looking now at the next question. It says, determine the number of sods of grass that will be needed to cover the entire soccer field. Guys, remember, if you look at this, in question number C, we calculated by using the maximum length and the maximum width, and we said the area of the entire soccer field is what? So remember, that is 10,800 square meters. We agree, right? What else did we now calculate in D? We said the area of one sod of grass is what? 0,35 square centimeters. Right, so basically what are we saying? Here is the area of the field. We agree, okay? And that area is 10,800 square meters. So we know one sort of grass, let's say that is 0,5 square centimeters. So we would like to know how many of these sorts of grass are needed to cover the entire soccer field. So how will I go about? Okay, so let's look. So therefore I'll take the area of the field and I'll write it down. Area of the entire soccer field divided by the area of one sod of grass. Guys, are we clear on that? So that will be my formula, right? So thereafter I will take now what is the area of the entire soccer field. That equals to 10,800 square meters, right? Area of one sod of grass, that will be 0,35 square meters. Now let's simplify. 10,800 divided by your 0.35. Remember that's all square meters, so that will give us an answer of 30,857,14286 sods of grass. But remember, this comma 14, it forms part, we need that, right? So how many sods will we then need? We need then 30,858 sods of grass. Remember, we're going to round up because we need part of this next one. We need part of that sort of grass to cover that small section that is represented by the comma 14286. Guys, I hope that is making sense. Remember, we took the area of the entire soccer field divided by the area of one sort of grass, and we ended up with a rounded value of 30,000 858 sods of grass. Guys, I hope you've learned quite a lot today. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you next time. Stay safe and remember to work every day. Goodbye.